Hello and welcome to Mr. Davis's classroom. This is Algebra 1. Today we're going over Lesson 8.1, Part 2, where we're talking about adding and subtracting polynomials. So problem 1 is talking about adding polynomials. We have a researcher who's talking about the overnight stays in U.S. national parks and in the back country of national park system over a 5-year period. And he modeled the results in thousands with the following polynomials. So we have campgrounds first. So we have campgrounds first and backcountry second. In each polynomial, x equals 0 corresponds to the first year of the 5-year period. What polynomial models the total number of overnight stays in both campgrounds and backcountry? So when we say both, we're talking about together or addition. So what we're going to do is I'm going to rewrite them down here, and I'm going to write them so that the pieces or the common terms, oops, that's 5,800. The common terms are in columns. So since I have x squared first, I'm going to write 21x squared. So I have my x squares together. And then I'm going to have minus 140x and plus 1900, right? Okay. So now that they're all in columns, I can clearly see which ones are my like terms, right? Because of my like terms should be stacked above each other in this one. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to make this like a long addition problem where I'm going to put a line, I'm going to say add, and then I'm going to add straight up and down. So I have negative 7.1x squared plus 21x squared. Well, the x squared drops straight down, and then I just have to do the other part, which I think becomes 13.9. Middle part, the x drops down, and I have negative 180 plus a negative 140, which is going to be a negative 320. And the last one is I have 5,800 plus 1,900, which is going to be plus 7,700. And that equation models both campgrounds together. All right, and that's adding polynomials. All right, here's a got it for you. Go ahead and make sure that you do this one. Refer to the previous problem if you get stuck. All right, so we want to do a simpler version of this. Now this is a subtraction problem. Now the problem that most people have with subtraction is they start off subtraction and then they start adding after that. So let's do this problem. We'll go ahead and do it 2 different ways. Okay, so the first way I'm going to rewrite it with minus 7x cubed plus 5x squared minus 12. So I rewrote it, make it a long subtraction problem. X cubed minus 7x cubed, which is going to be minus 6x cubed. Negative 3x squared, well, I'm going to drop down the x squared, minus 5x squared. And that's where most people mess up, is after this part, they start ignoring that minus sign in the front, but it's negative 3x squared minus 5x squared. Okay. So that's going to be negative 8x squared. And last one I have 5x, and is 5x and 12, are they like terms? The answer is no, they're not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually rewrite this to make it a little bit more clear. There we go. I'm going to put the minus 12 out here. Right, that's ignored. So 5x, I have nothing to subtract from the 5x, so I'm just going to drop it down. And then I have 0 minus a negative 12 or plus 12. So that's how to do it, drop down. The other way is to go piece by piece. So start off with my x cubed. There's my x cubed. So I'm going to go x cubed minus 7x cubed. Negative 6x cubed. Now look at the next term, which is negative 3x squared. I do have an x squared over here to match it with. Negative 3x squared minus 5x squared is a negative 8x squared. And then last, I look at the 5x. Do I have anything to combine it with? And the answer is no, so I'm just going to drop it down. And last, I have a minus negative 12, which 2 minus signs make a plus sign. So both ways, 2 different ways to look at it. And here's one for you. Here's your homework assignment. Thanks for visiting Mr. Davis's classroom, and I hope you enjoyed.